Hello, all of you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Rdyjin, and this is Data Resistance Squad Scar, Episode 31, Mission Success, and later on we will have a Q&A. This
Down with
is...
the internet. We resist data, right?
Okay. Well, anyways, this is a Digimon tabletop RPG campaign being run with our custom Scar system, which is in open playtest on our Discord. Y'all can feel free to go check it out. Otherwise, yeah, this is the finale for this series. Thank you all so much for joining us so far on it. I really appreciate you guys. We'll go ahead and begin with introductions, though we do also have Rdyjin here today doing art. You'll see that in a minute or two. But for now, go ahead, Kerr.
Hello everyone, I'm Kerr, I am the Storyteller, and yeah, let's see where we go. This is probably not going to be very long, but we'll see.
I am Rdyjin, and I am playing as Asher, the Labramon, though currently he's a Dobermon. He is Astral Light type, and God of Death, Lord of Evil, all that good stuff. Or evil stuff, rather.
I am Tochemay, and I play Brioche, the Burgermon, normal type.
Basic type.
Basic type.
Hey everybody, my name's Gartholomew, and I'm playing good old Charles Madoff, the funky little Rainamon, currently Cubimon. He's a wind and basic type.
Hello, I am Drunk Dragonera. I am playing Jace, normally the Growlmon, currently a Growlmon, Shadow Mythic typing. E.
Oh, it is my turn. Okay, sorry. Hi guys, I'm Bryan. I play the Digimon X now.
Tochemay tipped $110. Razim rip.
Okay, interesting. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Tochemay.
so much for that tip, Tochemay. That is the tip goal fully completed. And that one's going to go towards the campaign that will be coming up soon.
Ooh.
Did the tip goal even get updated? It still says the ball stash. Is that from this game or the next one?
That's this one.
Oh,
Yeah, it says we're at 220.
yeah, that's why I was confused.
Wonder how we're gonna store all those balls.
But I was saying I play Magna, the Digimon X, who's now currently the core Digimon Blue. And he is a fire shadow type.
Hello, I am Taldirus, and I will be playing Riv, the Mythic Earth type Vorbamon, although currently he's actually a Lavorbamon. He got digivolved for a bit. He still hasn't turned back, so hey.
Guess it's my turn.
Yep.
Hello, my name is Rdyjin. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, because you asked, you said, I guess it's your turn.
Yep.
So I was just saying,
My name is Rdyjin from the channel Rdyjin Plays. I'm currently playing Spectre, the what's my evolution?
Gulus Gamamon?
Gamamon? Oh,
Galoo's Gamamon. Thank you.
Oh, wait, no.
no.
It's...
Battle
Nope.
Gamamon.
That's Battle Gamamon.
Battle Gamamon. I don't know Digimon. Anyway, I'm playing Spectre, the metal mythic Battle Gamamon. And I look forward to tonight's evening. I hope you all enjoy.
Alright, and for the final recap, go for it, Tal.
All right. Last session was mostly a bunch of fighting as we found ourselves locked into a battle with effectively the other half of Vortigern that. Well, the situation's complicated. There was technically two of them. One of them was on the edge of death at any given moment, and would have been recovering if it wasn't for the fact that part of his power was effectively split and pulled away from him, and that became the other Vortigern and Riv. So we were fighting him until eventually he finally broke free from all of the tree roots, having turned the area and the swamp to a sufficiently cold temperature as it started to regenerate despite the damage we were dealing to it and actually becoming mobile again. However, thanks to a bunch of combo attacks by the party and Riv finding out that there was still a connection, eventually the data packet that Nemo gave to Riv a while ago that also almost killed him got passed along to the other Vortigern, which sent him right back into the ground, started decomposing him, and things of that nature. And that got sent along because Riv had a bit of a conversation with his Vortigern, who still couldn't quite go against his programming, but did get convinced to try something sneaky, which was sending the packet over. At that point, the various people of the team proceeded to wail on the now downed Vortigern and ended up defeating him. During which, or directly after, Riv reabsorbed as much of Vortigern as possible without the control data. Specifically so that way Vortigern would not be reincarnated because he still technically exists. And, well, if we just let him dissipate, he just would have been remade by the world. So we decided that it was better for literally everyone involved if Riv just, reabsorbed Vortigern with the least amount of core controls involved as possible.
Look, man,
It was mostly fighting last session, so there wasn't as much to really go over. Does anyone else have anything they want to add in terms of detail?
Yeah, it was pretty cool when I did the thing against the guy, right?
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Spectre really helped us out there. He pulled up the Gungoozle, Raboozle, and that just, that tore into him.
Love that Gungoozle, Raboozle. Was saving that for a special occasion.
Too bad you didn't use the refusal version.
Oh, I know. Maybe next time.
Fun fact: one of Riv's past lives had an interest in gungoozling.
No way.
Yep, it's in the list.
Yeah.
Life number 93.
Damn.
The stars align, I'm just, this is how it is sometimes, we're all on the same wavelength.
Same brain cell.
Yeah, the same brain cell. We even finish each other's
Sandwiches?
I was going to say
Well, weird
tax
name,
returns. You failed, Magna. You're out.
I was going to say lobsters, so...
Unironically, look at DRS. I'm literally not exaggerating in any way. It's actually there.
Well, it's clear that I'm some kind of god or the son of God, so it's a lot to think about.
Which one?
Well, if Yahweh can be both, I could too, probably. But, we'll see.
Okay.
And there's Magna on the art, part of the stream.
Plagiarizing another betrayer.
Hey, we traders have the same wavelength, okay?
The same brain.
Yeah, well, you see, the thing is that he used to do it on purpose, so... Magna does not do it on purpose.
Does Magna do anything on purpose, or should we save that question for the Q&A section?
That should be in the Q&A, yeah.
Yeah, definitely the Q&A. Let's just see if I'm able to actually answer questions with how my mind's going.
Guess we should probably hand it to Kerr to let him take it away then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that might be a good idea.
And take it away.
Kerr, are you muted?
Not again.
I was grabbing my food.
Okay. I was about to start laughing if you were muted.
No, I was grabbing my food.
But I wanted to see the meme again today.
Yes. Anything else? Anything else anyone wants to add before we get started?
Magna got shish kebabbed.
I'm pretty sure we're all on our last legs, so...
Oh God!
Everyone
Ooh.
except for Riv has the wounded condition.
No, look at the artwork on the screen.
Again!
Can you guys hear me? Meow.
Listen to Magna being cute there.
Magna's always being cute.
Don't worry, guys. I'm doing my best not to injure myself with the stitches.
That is a good thing, yes.
But yes, when we started back up, or when we left off, sorry, you guys were in the boat heading back to town.
Which one?
Mirabelle.
Yeah, that's where we just were.
With the cannibals?
No, they're the folks that tell the future.
Yeah.
Yep.
Demi's the little leader there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember something about a beach now.
Yeah. We had to go across the lake into a swamp from there.
I knew that Swamp Lake was bad news.
I think we're all tired and done, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And as you make it back, another Cubimon is waiting for you at the dock.
They're multiplying.
Charles, is this a cousin or something?
Well, I believe that might be Demi, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, better.
Reminder, Magna, you can't exactly stab people before they've committed a crime.
And not in your condition.
But yeah, I know about the hole and stuff, don't worry, and I wasn't planning on stabbing him.
Not in any of our conditions right now.
I wasn't planning on killing him. Oh, sorry, killing them. Don't worry.
So Kurt, since we did see Demi before in this form, is there like another one, or is it just Demi?
It's Demi.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Demi, how are you doing? We just handled that issue.
He nods. I can tell. How are you feeling?
Like that was a really bad idea.
Ow.
Ow.
We survived, nevertheless, although I am personally minutes away from collapse.
I'm
He
getting
nods.
too old for this.
We all want sleep, I think.
Spectre
I have-
stoically stays silent in pain.
I have some beds set up if you would like to lay down and rest.
Magna's just gonna look at everyone, just like, sleep.
Your hospitality is greatly appreciated, Demi. Thank you.
Of course. Jace is the one pulling the boat.
Yes.
Indeed, it looks like a little inn has been set aside with some rooms for all of you guys to be able to rest and recover at.
Magna's gonna de-digivolve, go back to Dracomon form, and then just scurry in for a bed. After looking at everyone, it's like, guys, come on, bedtime.
I don't know how to get small again yet, and also I don't think it's probably a good idea considering all of the ice. Riv's gonna like shake himself slightly, and because he's evolved and he's never been evolved before.
Hey, Zim.
Yes.
Are we being silly tonight? Or with this serious mode?
Probably closer to serious right now. Or more just...
the stickers. Go ahead.
Of course.
Oh yeah, also, because this did manage to come up before the end, obviously, with Riv being a Lavorvamon, he has, like, little, like, ice crystal things instead of the normal explosion powder. So, like, he kind of accidentally freezes things nearby a bit instead of it being, accidentally explodes things nearby.
Fun.
I'm gonna say Charles just casually takes the centermost bed. Just lies on it with his tall ass body.
Blop.
Just, his ankles dangling off the edge. His hands just calmly clasped around his abdomen as he stares up at the ceiling.
Whichever bed I can crawl into.
There's a very nice one for you, Brioche.
Magna is just like going into like the first bed he sees that he can just like get in just because he's tired. Almost, like
little bad
almost.
for little Magna.
Heh.
Jace.
Meow.
Jace. Come lay on me, Jace. I'm nice and comfortable right now.
Oh, good to know I'm
Return to
sleeping.
Florkun.
Good to know that I am sleeping outside, or just not sleeping.
Florkun beckons to you, Jace, for its warm embrace.
No. We don't listen to hallucinations in this house. I'm sorry.
I'm not a hallucination, Jace. I'm your friend.
No, the floor is my friend. You are a hallucination. Asher, the floor's talking to me again. The floor's a liar. I'm gonna go to sleep. Come on.
Do I need to get the knockout stuff again?
Yes, please.
Okay. He just kind of flings a dart into Jace. Jace is sleeping on the floor after all.
Jace never de-digivolved, so I just imagine there's just Jace sitting out in the street in front of the tavern, just passed out.
Nah, Demi set up a big bed for him.
Should I be worried about that, or
I'm not worried. He'll be
A
fine.
man must resolve his own demons. There's not much we can do but be there as friends.
Okay, I'll just leave it be then. I'm just gonna lay in bed because I'm just dead tired.
Well, PTSD is a heck of a drug.
Kurt, Riv is going to carefully, with trying not to accidentally freeze the things around him, get to a corner inside the room.
He would be able to. Mir has reshaped himself into a bed for you, Riv.
Ooh.
Mir, I don't want to accidentally freeze you. I will eventually freeze you like this, so I don't want you frozen.
You see the little words for him? I can handle it.
He's gonna give me a worried look. Okay, so I don't want to say that I don't trust you and I don't believe you, but also, I'm kind of supposed to technically freeze everything? So, I don't want to put you in danger.
A little tendril comes out and boops you on the nose before the words form on the liquid body. And who said they weren't going to do that, huh?
Ooh, Mir's communicating. Yay.
I
Mir
mean,
is slowly learning.
I'll give it a try, but I'm never letting you do this again if you end up frozen overnight.
Understood are the words that form.
In that case, Riv would, you know, very cautiously accept Mir's offer. He is big and does not know how to handle it.
Maybe.
I mean, there's also the fact that now he's just letting out, like, you know, freezing ice particulate at all times now, so he's also very worried about that one.
Mir is keeping it contained so everyone else can sleep comfortably.
Huzzah! Mir is helpful.
Hooray!
Yay.
And so, you awaken the next morning feeling far more rested and feeling much better.
Yay.
Should we roll heals then?
Yes.
Yay, I'm a healthy boy again. Yay.
Asher's gonna go ahead and devolve. So,
Yes, mucho.
what now?
Oh my god, the least hurt person rolled good on the heal check.
I rolled okay.
I forgot about the roll heal check. Give me 1 second.
Guys, remember that when you're doing this, you do get to add a +1.
Oh yeah, I just don't know how to do that in Fantasy Grounds.
Ah, okay.
Oh wow. Wow.
Modifier.
Well, yeah, no, that makes it an 11, but I rolled a 10. That's what I'm going, oh wow, about. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry. Sorry for sounding like an asshole. My apologies.
You're fine.
We didn't pass 15 minutes, did we?
We
I
did.
think we have.
We did.
Okay.
As far as what to do, we need to find the ley line thingy. Might as well just do that and get out of here. I guess I should de-digivolve.
I'm just imagining Jace looking in through a window right now.
By the way, did Mir get frozen over at all in the night?
Nope.
Understood.
Can't we see if they get some kind of breakfast around there or something before we do that? At least some coffee or tea or something. Like,
Tea would be good. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Of course you are.
You do tend to seem to be like that when you're disevolved.
As there is a knock at the door.
Nobody's
What's up?
home.
thank you,
Asher, that doesn't work because now they know that you're inside.
Ain't Jace out there? He could get that. He could get that.
Magna's just gonna move towards the door and she's like, I got it, guys. Let's do this.
De-digivolve. Climb in through window.
Magna opening the door at the same time.
And as you open the door, you see Demi with a tray of, or a cart of food. All of your guys' favorites laid out on it.
Magna just opens the door all the way and it's like, oh, come on in.
He'll not even walk in, using one of his tails to pull the cart.
We got food.
Yeah, yes. Looks alright. We got strawberries, blueberries. Is that a can of grape leaves?
I thought you might like some food before you headed off.
Charles immediately swipes his favorite food, a miniature can of grape leaves, no more than like 3 ounces.
Rib is going to reach out to grab some food, grab it, accidentally freeze it a bit, and go, okay, wait, no, I forgot I could do that now. Okay, just gotta... How do I... Now he's gonna focus on trying to devolve again.
As you slowly shift back.
Oh, that's how you do that. Okay, I never did that before, but now I know how to do it.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
weird. But what can you do?
Congrats, Rev, he says, shoving the contents of the can in his face with his fingers. He's just devouring that can.
Magna just walking up and just like grabbing his food, and he's like, "Okay, I'm happy now."
Well, Demi, since you're right here, he's might as well ask. Can we access the ley line thingy?
He nods. Though, at this point, I'm not sure if you're going to need to. As he kind of looks very hard at you guys, like he's trying to see something through almost like what would be like fog or a really bright glare. What did you do when you went out there, if I may ask?
Oh, I recorded a lot of it if you want to see the recording.
Don't need to. We kicked butt.
Yeah, we kind of defeated Watergrunt there, and then Riv over here, our best one, honestly, good kid. He absorbed some of that data just to make sure that it wouldn't come back, a couple years down the line or whatever.
Oh, as
I
he
also-
looks at Riv.
I also took pictures and video recordings, and also took notes.
Ooh, notes! Yay!
That might be. I'm surprised you're still here, honestly.
We don't have to kill him, right?
Oh, I
Oh,
just
no.
explored first.
No. My apologies. No, I should clarify my statement. I'm surprised you're still here in this time period.
Oh, well, if you're worried about any sort of paradox causing, technically speaking, the version of me that becomes me is still out there. So we just went from 3 versions of me to 2 versions of me.
Well, you did. As he kind of looks at you, Riv, and it's like the look on his face is like, "What is this that I'm looking at?"
So do you want the notes or not?
He nods slightly.
And he's gonna pass, like, all of the notes, including, like, he kept a transcript of his conversation with Vortigern, recordings of the fight, pictures, data, caches, like, all of it. Okay, hopefully this is enough for you to do your whole data mathematic thing that you do in order to tell the future.
He nods slightly. Oh, this.
Predictive patterning is really neat, and I need to learn it sometime.
He chuckles. It's more something you have a talent for rather than something you can learn.
Rank up.
Wrong.
Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
One Kotiago raided my stream with 7 viewers.
Taya, thank you. Thank you so much for that raid, Taya. How was your stream? You still working through that randomizer? And welcome in, everybody. I am Razim. We are doing our finale for Data Resistant Squad Scar right now. We're going to have a Q&A later, but yeah, we've got a lot of stuff that we do here on the channel, lots of tabletop games. Tomorrow we're going to have Recallers of the Lost, which for those of you that are don't know Taya somehow at this point, they are part of Recallers of the Lost and play Dr. Volt. So do make sure you all go check out Taya, and yeah, thank you again so much for sharing your community.
Rib would immediately go, nope, you're wrong. If someone can do it, then you can figure out a way to do it, and if you don't know how to teach it, then that just means that you haven't figured out how to teach it yet.
Fair.
Magna during this whole time is just keeping his mouth shut, just looking back and forth. He's like, I'm just gonna stay quiet.
And Riv, as you say that, Charles' body begins to flicker slightly.
I'm gonna look at that and go, wait, are we causing a paradox somewhere?
You're not from this time, correct?
Nope.
I think your flight is about to leave.
Oh, is this gonna hurt?
No, it should be painless.
Should be.
At least as far as I know. To be fair, I know little on this sort of thing.
Spectre is just going to eat as much as he possibly can right now.
Magna watching Spectre shove as much
Asher's
food
with
in his
him.
mouth.
Asher's with him, and also stockpiling some of it.
Jason's just gonna grab some coffee and wait.
Magna's
Don't
stuffing
be
his
greedy.
mouth for
Riv is going to look around and go, wait, I need to say bye to Ash if we're leaving.
Wait, I'm not trying to be greedy. It's just that, well, last place we were was a horrible
Yeah,
place
we're
with
about to go-
lack of food and stuff, so I want to make sure we're
Yeah.
prepared.
Yeah, we're about to go to
remember,
a wasteland. Got to build them fat reserves.
Guys, remember we took all of my adventuring supplies, so we actually have a lot of food.
Oh, and yes,
We also
it's
don't
my
know if
old
we're
home.
going back to that spot.
Oh God!
I ain't
didn't
taking
even
a
get
chance, and this cheese is good.
Didn't even get the Forestdale. Oh,
As he waves his tail and Gar and Ash both walk in. And Gar immediately walks over to hug Magna.
And Riv is going to be going towards Ash.
So, heading off then?
I don't think it's much of a choice, kids.
As
Magna.
Gar pokes Magna's nose. You know I'm gonna find you again when you're like this, right? I know exactly what you look and sound like.
Just don't try to kill my friends, and everything's fine.
Gar, in the future,
Hey.
if you ever kidnap me, I'm gonna make you pay.
Hey, you guys helped us out, so it's only fair we try to return the favor.
And don't worry, if you don't find me, I'll find you.
Unfortunately, that's very true. He does it at least once.
Yeah, you can try and find me, Magna. I'll be waiting.
Yay.
As he's gonna lean forward and give Magna a little smooch on the forehead.
Asher is throwing a paper at Magna.
Don't
Kiss
let it
the
say what I
boy.
think it's gonna say.
Whoa, whoa.
Gotta.
Whoa,
kiss the
whoa,
girl.
whoa.
Are you gonna read it?
Yes, I'm gonna read it.
Kiss him back.
Magnus tackle hugging the jar just to kiss him.
Yes, the lack of kiss is what turns him evil and creates the evil timeline.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be shy.
You gotta kiss the girl.
gotta kiss that guy.
And he will happily return the smooch.
Ah, young love. Reminds me of when me and Domino first met. Ah, those were the days.
Was it that, like, 3 days ago?
It almost feels like a whole year passed.
Oh my god.
You'll learn when you're older, Asher.
Asher's an adult, you know, right? Well, technically.
Jace, it's not important. What's important right now is that we're gonna disappear any time now. I mean, I presume we're still flickering here. It's just kind of
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's growing a little. It's growing a little bit faster as time is passing.
yeah. Okay, so
It doesn't hurt or anything. It's just like a little staticky feeling. It's kind of weird.
yeah. So do we know like how fast this thing gets, or like do we just kind of?
Might have enough time to play that game Asher likes, so it's going to take a little while.
I don't know.
Asher's eyes are sparkling.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
boy.
Digifinder?
Yes.
But the only person here that knows how to run a game is me. God.
Okay. I got the dice right here, everybody. And here's all of your character seats and everything.
Where did you
You
get
all
those?
thought this was the last episode.
Why is my character a woman?
I just chose the one that seemed most fitting to you.
That's a lot of stats in Badonkadonk.
Where did the badonkadonk stamp come from? I don't remember this in the rulebook.
Nah, listen, I don't even know how to play this nerd game. I don't think I'd be any good at it, honestly. So, you know, I'm like just...
Riv is just busy poking at Ash.
What's up?
Okay, so because we're about to be leaving, I'm gonna recap everything that I told you that you have to listen to because you already agreed to it. First of all, you actually have to try. You're not allowed to do the thing where you get sad and don't do anything. You have to try and help people.
I will.
All right. You're not allowed to do something dumb like give up your position so that way Asher exists. That's dumb. Don't do that.
He'll nod.
And also, you're my friend, and he's gonna hug him.
He's gonna hug Riv back. And you're
And
my
then he
friend
gets iced
too.
over.
Don't forget to add on don't propagate an entire war for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, definitely don't do that.
Hey, you guys at least showed that there might be a way to fix them. So we can try at least. We might fail, but we can try.
Also,
That's
sorry
way
that I
more
couldn't
than we
really
had
help-
before you guys.
Yeah, sorry that I couldn't really help that much with figuring out the whole Darknet data corruption, but we did find out that, you know, Asher with his thing, if he knew what he was looking for, could expel it from people. So you could manually expel it if you got around helping people.
He nods. We'll try. We'll do our best.
Sure,
It's
you,
like a
Demi,
bad
and whole
feelings
rule.
hug. Continues eating cheese.
All right. Still not sure how to play this game, actually. Yeah. The little help here, Asher.
Look, I'll just tell you when to roll things and what to roll, okay?
All right, great, thank you.
Yay. We finally get to play.
Also, Ash, don't
Hey,
forget
look,
to
I
put a
won.
stop to. Don't forget to keep putting a stop to me, even if it sucks.
He'll nod.
Oh no, what is Rdyjin drawing?
There's some kind of alien creature. It's disgusting.
Did
Probably-
she be
probably
Are you
Asher?
sure that's
like,
Asher
crying.
excited
That's
about?
Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Asher
about to
with
say.
sparkle eyes.
I think that's Asher about to cry over the idea that we finally get to play Digifinder.
Some
Right.
vile specimen that will destroy us all.
Alright, Ash, get over here. Rev, get over
Ash.
here.
Ash will walk over.
So you guys start off in the
walk over
town
there.
of Fairmount. I'm not continuing this. Y'all can use your imagination.
Asher, her name is Charles Madison. I
As
Look,
you
you're gonna
begin
make
your-
a really wonderful ranger. Shish.
Oh god, you're making him a ranger. You monster.
I am an acrobat. Thank you very much. I think that's what it says on this paper here.
Yeah, you're like a Legolas.
As the screen slowly fades to black, as you guys get to enjoy a game of Digifinder for the first and last time. And finally, as you're finishing the game, it gets to the point where your bodies are now
very much flickering and almost translucent before you vanish. And for what it feels like you're getting just like someone reached behind you, grabbed you by the back of the neck, and just kind of pulled you backwards. And
here's where you get your digivices.
and as the world comes into focus, you guys realize that you guys are not together this time. Well, I take that back. As Asher and Jace are together, as you guys find yourselves back at Jace's home, his hometown. And Jace, you are no longer blackened.
I was muted. Oh, good. Nobody's gonna call me emo anymore. Even though I was starting to like it. Ash, can you change people's colors? Asher?
I could try.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later. There's always the tattoos. We'll have to go to the city for that, though.
But Asher, you can see everywhere around you. It's beautiful. Like, even outside of the valley, looking around, everything looks like it was back beforehand from the place you just left.
Oh no, we are surrounded by poison.
Wait until you learn what the family business is. Her last name is Forger for a reason. Guess what we get to do a lot? Pick green things.
Oh. So we go out and destroy all the poison, right?
Sure, kid. Sure. Come on, let's go find Ray. If he has no memory of anything, he's somewhere where he shouldn't be.
Ray! How could you blow up my forge? I just wanted to see if I could make it hotter!
Yeah, I still prefer this. Let's go.
Brioche. As the world slowly fades back into being, you find yourself in a busy restaurant, surrounded by Burgermon, who are cooking away.
The family.
Everyone is busy. It's a lunch rush. Busy, but they all look happy. As one of them looks over at you, Brioche, we need some fries. We have 4 tables who need it.
On it.
And through the windows, you can see, rather than that dead, desiccated world that you guys were struggling to survive in, here is what seems to be a land of abundance compared to that. As you and your family are running a thriving restaurant. Charles.
That's me.
You awaken in what seems to be a very nice looking office. You can see your name on a plaque. Behind you is a wall that's basically just one large window looking out over a sprawling metropolis of Digimon. As there's a knock at the door. Sir, Your next meeting is going to be here in the next 20 minutes. Do you want me to send them up early, or do you want to wait?
That's oh, holy shit! Am I dead? Whoever you are, what's your name again? Sorry.
Look at you, jokester. I'm your secretary. You know, Jason.
Yes, Jason. Of course, I remember you. Listen. Could you pinch me on the wrist real quick? Or just a quick pinch, all right?
He'll walk over and pinch you.
Ah, I'm still here. I'm still here. Okay.
Well, you better be. You got a meeting with the king in about 3 hours.
There's a king. Oh goodness. Right. I didn't happen to leave any keynotes with you, did I?
It's about that big potato crop that you're going to be selling, and the 1001 uses for potatoes.
Right. Yeah. No. Um. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
you and
get.
your business partner Spectre, right?
That's. Okay. All right. No, you're right. This meeting is important. I should get to that. Jason, real quick. I just need you to do something for me. Right. Um. And he searches around for stationery, gets out a pencil and paper, begins jotting down names. Listen, I need you to find these people. Right. I just Jace.
Sure.
Yeah. And he rips it off of the notebook and hands it to him. Just give me the contact, a phone number, anything. All right. Just handle that. I'll get to the meeting real quick.
Yeah, I can do that. Anything else you need, sir?
No. Just those. Just those contact. Those contacts. Thank you.
No problem. I'll get right on it, sir. And he will close the door, and as the door shuts, a familiar figure appears before you in the shadow of the door as it swings shut. Oh, hello, darling. Look at you. Really risen up in the world, haven't you, darling?
Oh, Domino. You didn't make this for me, did you? I mean, I appreciate it, but
I had nothing to do with this, darling. It was apparently everything that you did before. Well done, by the way, darling. Well done.
oh, it's just. Thank you, Danny.
You always had the potential, darling. You just needed the right world, the right time period for you, so to speak.
No, Dominic, I'm tearing up.
As he walks over and gives Charles a hug and a small smooch. Oh, darling, you have done very well for yourself. It's only fair you get a reward, isn't it?
Oh, Tommy. It feels good to be somebody, you know.
Now, you have about 20 minutes before your next meeting. What do you say some snuggle time is in order,
Oh, maybe. Maybe we could postpone it by another 30 minutes and see if we can turn those snuggles into something else.
Whatever you want, darling. As the scene slowly fades to black. As Magna,
Yes.
you feel a tug, and you are back
in the first town that you remember, the town where everything went wrong. Except now it's a bustling town. You can see Digimon coming and going, carrying out their business. You can see everyone seems happy, normal. It looks great. And then a pair of hands comes over your eyes and covers them.
Oh no, am I playing Guess Who?
Hey there! As you hear a very familiar voice speak into your ear.
Ah, I wonder who it is.
I have, as the hand pulls away, and a steaming hot salted pretzel is suddenly held out before you. I have pretzels!
You did not.
I have! As he takes a bite of another pretzel as Gar smiles at you.
Magna's gonna jump at Gar and is like, let me have a bite, let me have a bite.
Do you deserve a bite?
I mean, who was it that found the other person?
As he boops him. Hey, I was the one looking. It doesn't matter that I have a horrible sense of direction. I got there eventually.
After I found where you were for like 5 days? Are you sure you want to say that?
Ah, I wasn't lost. I was just exploring.
I don't know. Sounds
Shush
like I was
you.
able to...
As he shoves a pretzel in your mouth. Now, what do you say we go see a movie together, huh?
Sure, I just gotta go check up on the hospital real quickly, make sure everything's alright over there.
For the last time, Magna, you have a day off. This is vacation. No work. No work.
I mean, you can't blame me. Last time I had the day off, they couldn't find a specific medication.
They can manage for one day. You are mine. As he proceeds to pick you up, put you over his shoulder like a bag of rice, and just starts walking.
Okay, yeah, let's just go enjoy today.
Forward to movie.
Movie, yay.
As Spectre, you find yourself heading through the streets of what looks to be a marketplace. And around you are what looks to be some familiar Digimon. Digimon who you remembered being soldiers. Digimon who you remember being some of the best with you. And now, here you are going through a market, buying and trying to sell stuff to people, and they're just laughing, just smiling, and just normal Digimon.
Do I recognize them as my old team?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Spectre just simply takes a moment. He just looks at each and every single one of them. and his gaze perhaps drifts a little bit too long to the point where maybe one of them notice, and they cock an eyebrow and they're just like, "Hey, what's up? You're
Hey.
looking kind of weird."
Hey, Earth, or Digiworld to Spectre, Digiworld to Spectre. Are you zoning out on some deal again?
Oh, no. Yeah, why don't you show me what you found?
Well,
Spectre kind of just like smiles. There's a faintest glint of a tear in the corner of his eye as he kind of like looks around, looks up, sees the sky, before smiling even broader and looking back down towards the Digimon who had called him out.
all right.
It's really good to see you guys.
We've been here the entire time. Okay. You're probably just trying to play a prank on us, aren't you? Look.
No. Yeah.
Charles wants to. Oh, go ahead.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Saying, no, I'm not trying to pull a trick. I'm just. Today's a good day.
Well,
You
it
show me
better
what you
be.
found.
Well, so Charles has that big 1001 uses for potatoes, so he's trying to really ramp it up. So we need to get some more sources for transporting things. So we're off to get a new cart.
I think I know just the Digimon for that.
Good, because you're the one doing the negotiating.
Perfect. How about we go do some hostile negotiations? And he just kind of laughs a little bit, swings an arm around his teammate and walks off with them.
As cheers go up as they begin heading off. And then we cut to Riv. Riv. We are gathered here today to welcome Riv to paradise.
Is he in a massive library?
He is in a massive library.
Alright, he's going to look around for a couple of seconds, take it all in, and just go, "It was an open loop!"
Head librarian, we need you. We have some Digimon who are looking for some books. As one of the Digimon pokes his head in and looks at you.
Okay, so I can't explain too much right now, but let's just say that something weird happened with time a couple seconds ago. I'm going to have to refamiliarize myself with a lot of this, like just the locations. So you're gonna need to find it yourself right now. Also, I need to go to have like 5 meetings with people.
Okay. Whatever you say, sir.
And one of the first things Rib is going to do is check to see if Mir is around.
Yes, he is on your shoulder.
He's going to go, and he's going to let out a little sigh of relief and go, "Whew, okay, if it was an open loop, I didn't know if I'd actually meet you or not. Now I don't need to track you down. One less meeting."
And I think where we are going to call it is a little bit of a flash forward as everyone gets to, I imagine the final scene being everyone showing up together to see each other again in this brand new world.
Presumably called by Jason or Charles Inc. Limited.
Charles, Jace, or Riv, I think, would be the ones who probably call it together.
I mean, Charles already did call it together, so, like, you know.
I think it would be Charles probably, since he immediately was like, "Let's do that." And I just imagine everyone showing up at Charles's building. Oh my god, he has an actual corporation.
Oh no, the part of the reunion's gonna be held at a nice gala, a nice, something expensive to rent. The princess had a ballroom, used this as a ballroom the other day for a Sweet 16. How nice.
So, do I need to remind you this is how you went broke like 7 times in your last life?
Jeez. I can splurge a little. every
You
now
didn't
and
pull
then.
out. You didn't pull out any of this, or you pulled out all the stops. You even got the fancy potato dishes.
Oh yeah, 1001 ways. Yeah.
Yep. I think my favorite was always the copy of our tower.
Hey, Magna, look, it's your favorite potatoes.
I swear to God.
Okay, so I don't know how much time we've got, so I got all the books here. We got the character sheets. Yes.
He made me stop at every bookstore along the way to make sure he had the full set.
Yes. There were so many more ones here.
Well,
in a moment,
I've got an evening.
Oh yeah. Maybe we should just take a moment to catch up. I mean, you all look great. You know, God, I don't know where Jason found half of you, to be honest.
It was probably easy because I was in a massive library.
You guys were at my hometown. I'm surprised you didn't know where it was.
Haha. I wasn't at your hometown. I was in my hometown with Gar.
Not quite what I meant, but okay.
Oh, and also, Kurt, important question.
Yes.
How is like, cause you know he re-grabbed Vortigern, so he knows he has Vortigern. How's that shaking out currently, considering the time shenanigans?
Vortigern is still inside of you.
All right. Oh, I just wanted to make sure that it was the same. Like, you know, instead of him having been replaced by time.
No, he's still there.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure it was actually the same one.
Mm-hmm.
Because with time shenanigans, it very much so could have not been.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, me and Spectre did meet actually. Apparently, he's a pretty good negotiator now, huh? You and your little firm there, all your buddies.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know me. I've always had a knack of talking to people. You've always had the good ideas, though. Just needed someone to sell them. What with all that silver tonguing that you taught me.
Yeah. Look at you, Brioche. Oh, number one
And Charles
catering.
needs his gold coin from me, the chocolate coin.
Oh, thank you. And he goes to hug. He goes to hug Brioche very tightly.
Hug.
Number one restaurant in the world. 5 Michelin stars. Oh,
Charles, I don't think they go up that high.
they do for Brioche.
I do believe the term is when I make the rules, I get to decide the rankings.
Before we settle down and actually play our game and eat this delicious potato buildings and potato people and is that a potato bicycle? Anyway, I did take a look into Hope's Bastion.
Okay.
What did I find out, Kerr?
Post Bastion never formed. There was no need to.
It's just a big mountain.
Yeah.
No need for refugee city when there's no refugees.
You know,
I
that
did
might
take
make a nice tourist trap there.
I did take a quick look into some of the people there. I think you'll all be happy to know that they're okay.
Almost all of them are leading as good, or if not better, lives than what they had originally.
Rib is gonna go to Charles and go, hey Charles, since apparently you have people that can find people, I need to ask you for a favor, which I know you normally don't do, but I'm asking for it anyway.
Shoot. Yeah.
I need help finding Ash and Kodara.
Oh yeah, I might have.
Just so you know, you cut out there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Charles?
Did we just lose Charles?
Oh God.
He was assassinated.
Hello.
There
Hello,
you
we
are.
can hear you now.
Oh, sorry, my finger might have slipped on the push to talk.
All right, well, you're gonna have to re-say that.
What was the last thing? Was it just what you said?
Oh yeah, basically like you started talking and then cut out.
All right. Ah, yeah, I might have forgotten a few names there. I was trying to focus on the important ones, you know.
Charles, I think my brother, who's also a calamity, is kind of important.
Ah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, no, we can definitely. I can ask Jason on that.
And also, on one hand, I'm happy that it's an open loop because it means that I don't have to go around being mean to people and beating them up for doing a bunch of evil things. But why does Asher exist if Ash agreed to not give up his powers?
Let's not.
As Asher disappears.
No.
Please don't wish my son to disappear. One of my two sons. Where did Ray go? Ray!
Because
Ray
the
is
data never went away.
Ray is currently exploring the entire place.
Oh.
But though, as you say that, the door opens dramatically, in the most dramatic way possible, as Charles, the Digimon that you met with before, walks in. He has a cloak and a hood, and a staff that he's kind of leaning on. Walks in before pulling the hood back, as a Nemo is grinning at you guys. What? You think I could just let Asher not exist? Please.
Greetings.
Hello there, everyone. It's
Greetings.
been a long time.
Welcome to the winning team, I'd say.
Okay, but you said you wouldn't. Yeah.
As he taps his collar, which you see is still silver. It is not black.
Well, listen, I think there's plenty of horrifying implications if we delve deep into what happened to us, you know, in terms of fabricated memories and all that, right? But the important thing is that we're all here now. We can just relax. Ah,
Well, I mean, I still gotta go find Kotorot.
there is that, yeah.
He's taking care of a few things for me right now.
This doesn't change the fact that I want to go find him.
I can set up. Oh, go ahead.
It's just one evening.
This is your guys'
let's
evening.
Just take our time.
Yeah, let's take our time. I mean, after all, it's weird. It's been a little while since we've talked to each other, even though it was like not even that long, right?
Look,
Yeah.
traveling from that little town on foot with 2 kids took about 3 weeks. Give me a break.
Yep,
Oh,
and
yeah.
closing
I had
a
to
deal
memorize an
on a
entire
wagon-
library.
Well, and closing a deal on a wagon for half the price of its worth took about an hour, but still.
I hope you enjoy. Those boys enjoyed the free drinks, huh?
I mean, to be fair,
Rib, I
flying
want to
from
know.
home.
Rib,
Sorry,
I
go
want to
ahead.
know what you discovered. Jason, I want to hear what you've got going on. Magna, I want to hear about your date. Brioche, I know you've probably got a curly fry or two in you that we could add to the books. Let's take our time. And let's play some gosh dang Digifinder. Besides, I want to see Charles Badonkadonk go up.
Well, actually, in the interim, in between meetings and such, I drafted up a little character sheet of my own.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah. The name is Kara Goodness. They're a level 1 barbarian, and they're very muscular and ripped.
Ooh. This is my level of surprise. Come on. Give me the character sheet. I need to review it.
Yeah. I did leave a few spots blank. I wasn't entirely sure what went there. To be fair.
Math.
Yeah, I
Oh.
don't know. There was like algebra in there. There was like numbers and then letters followed by another number. It didn't make much sense to me.
You're the
Everyone,
oldest kid I know.
everyone can see is like Magnus like looking back at the door, and he's just like, "Get on in here, come on, Gar. No trying to hide. Get over here."
Asgar will slowly walk in.
I got the cute couple here. Hey,
He will sit down, pick up Magna, and put Magna on his lap.
I do know some excellent venues, and I can get you to them. I'll have price if you ever need to tie the knot.
He's gonna look at Magna.
I'm pretty sure. Did we already do that, or are we just waiting right now?
Second
We
wedding.
were waiting.
Ah, okay.
Note smacks Magna in the face. This one's heavier than the others.
Asher, I swear to God. Wait, no, that'll be swearing to you, of course. You know what I mean. Magna opens the note.
Figured you could use one of these. You're kind of hopeless without help. And inside is a ring.
Magna's gonna throw a note over at Asher.
I am a qualified marriage celebrant, so I'm just saying we could do it tomorrow. Honestly, although I had to pull a few strings there, but obviously, you two, whatever you need.
What does the note say?
Should I do it now?
He's just going to facepaw. No, you should definitely wait until later.
Spectre's just eating a potato person.
I mean, it's not like he didn't just see you read the note over your shoulder and sees the ring right there in your hands, but sure, go ahead and wait, Magna.
Fine then. Magna gets down on one knee and is like, "Would you?" Looking straight at Gar.
Gar gets hit in the face with a note. Are you muted, Kerr?
Yep.
Alright, I guess we get to see it again.
Meme.
The meme. Give us the meme.
No, I can't handle another mimetic.
On the last one, we get the meme.
The meme.
Deploy the meme.
Meme deployed.
Meme has been deployed.
There it is.
The meme.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
We
him.
got him.
No, look at that.
Got him.
What were you saying again? Since I apparently was muted.
Gar got smacked in the face with a note.
He is going to slowly open the note.
It reads, "This is where you say yes."
He will look at Magna, smile, and say yes.
Yay! Woo! Yes! Woo!
Well, by the power vested in me, you two are officially engaged.
And don't worry about me. Everything's fine over here. Real version.
Clap, clap,
And you
clap,
may
clap,
now-
clap, clap.
And you may now play Digifinder.
You may now kiss them on.
You two make out in the make-out closet. We'll run the game like nerds. When you're done, come back out. I've got characters for you. More like Asher has characters for you. I didn't have a choice in the matter. Again.
Hey, Jace, if you ever find somebody, well, I'd be willing to offer the same, of course. Oh, I can
Relation-
officiate weddings. Yeah.
2 kids. Good luck.
Perfect.
And I think here is the time to fade to black.
Yay, with the sound of click clacks and laughter.
Chameleon.
Oh, hey, what's that mark on Charles's neck?
And did any humans survive?
Yes.
Yeah, I checked
There.
them all out. Everyone's okay.
All the
yeah,
click
the
clacks.
Madoff Co-Limited, we at least 60% of our employees are human, actually.
Well, at this point, we are going to be moving over to the Q&A for the campaign. So, if any of the players have questions for each other or for Kerr, feel free to ask away. And the same goes for all of you out there in the chat. Feel free to ask your questions. Anything that you would like about the campaign.
Azur, you might want to put it in Twitch chat instead of the Discord channel. For visibility sakes.
Well, I do read off the questions and such, so...
Yeah, Zim did ask people to put questions in tabletop spoilers, although I figured that was a more of, like, before the stream thing, but,
Yeah.
It's fine to put them either place. The tabletop spoilers was more for, if they couldn't make it tonight or something. But since we've got some questions... Azure Dragon is asking, why was Spectre called Lord by that guy at the start of the campaign?
So let me preface that with the ending that you guys got here. I basically had to just kind of throw this ending together over the last week, and I had to literally change everything.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, you don't say.
So this is not at all how I intended the campaign to end, but I had to make an ending work, so I decided to let you guys have your happy endings. I wanted to be nice. Originally, one of the things that you guys were going to find out about is due to the issues with the way the world was, Gar's overall goal was to try to get to Spectre and to DNA Digivolve with him once he reached his mega form. And together, the two could have literally destroyed and recreated the world together, and while also preserving the data of everyone so that they wouldn't die in the reconfiguration.
Oh, and by the way, Kerr did spoil this for me. And it was tough for me just to keep it a secret.
Oh, I thought there was more to that.
Yes, it was supposed to be Proximon. Gar's goal was to get to Spectre so they could eventually make Proximon. That was going to be a plot point that would have come up later once they went back to the future. That was a whole arc we never got to.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, Spectre may have gone for it if he, if the world could have been saved and everyone could have been helped. Like, he definitely would have considered it, but it's also one of those risks of, like, do I really trust half of whatever being we become to him? Well,
And that was going to be one of the things of conflict there. Is like, do you trust him? Like you've known him in the present, you met him in the past, and now that you've seen what he was and worked with him, and basically you were going to eventually it was going to be developing a bond with him. Magna was already doing that pretty well. Once you got to the end of that, then you would have had to basically make the decision over time as you eventually earned your ultimate and your mega forms down the line.
Oh.
Again, this is something that wouldn't come to pass until you gained your mega form, because you cannot form Proximon until both of you have your mega forms.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was a good likelihood Spectre probably would have gone through with it if the bond had been developed over time and he got to know him as an individual. So, and Spectre, like above all else, he really wanted to help the world. Like that was the whole reason he went out. That was the whole reason he explored the wasteland and chopped the potatoes and all that. He wanted to help. And being given that kind of opportunity, it would have been a very hard one for him to just pass up.
So, real quick. I feel like I also need to preface this too. Do you guys want to hear what the true ending was going to be?
I would love to, actually.
Obviously.
So basically what I had planned was I felt so bad a few weeks ago when we got to this town and we just kind of rushed through everything. Like I had characters planned for you guys. I had stuff planned to happen, and it's like I had to kind of just like okay, I don't have time for any of this. Like I cut it. Because this was basically going to be like, this was going to be Riv's town. This was going to give him his stuff here, and facing down Vortigern like you guys did. That was going to be like the culmination of everything here for Riv, and basically setting him free from what he was having to be. This was basically going to set Vortigern on your guys' side. And eventually lead to Riv down the line being able to develop his mega form and actually being able to turn into Vortigern at the end. And then we had one of the other areas was going to be for Charles.
Forestdale.
Where no violence can be done. The stronger you are in the town, the weaker you become while you are within the bounds of the town. And everything is done through transactions, deals, or basically commerce. Anything can be bought, anything can be sold. There's a price for everything. Are you willing to pay it, or is someone willing to try to pay it to get you? And I figured, like, this would give Charles a lot of development. This is, like, putting him in his element to deal with things.
He would probably get lost in the sauce, let's be real.
I mean, we've given you a little bit of direction, but I wanted to give you a chance to really shine there. For Jace's town was going to come last. For what I had planned. Because his son, or a version of his son, like one of the original incarnations of his son, was going to be the leader of that town. So Jace was going to get to meet his son when he basically had grown up. And was basically like the last bastion of good in this world.
So Asher was leading a town? Interesting.
Not Asher. Ray. But no, I had stuff basically planned out for each of you for the past segment. And basically giving your guys a chance to shine in your area, what you are good at, or taking a thing from your character's story and putting it in as something for your character to deal with.
Hey, look, burgers are made of people. Digicourse.
The big the big culmination was going to be towards the end. Once you guys went to all the towns, once you guys kind of saw everything, that's when things were going to start going bad. And Vortigern and our sweet dog Bargus were going to break free and start destroying everything. And that's when you guys were going to start heading towards the core, and Ash was going to try to send you guys back, and there was going to be like a big boss fight there where you guys were facing both Vortigern and our sweet doggo at the same time, basically holding them off until you guys eventually get to go back.
Just to be clear, it was going to be the Vol and Bal ones, right?
Yes, it was going to be them.
I just wanted to make that clear because there was multiple versions of Vortigern around at this point.
Yeah, you had the original Vortigern, which you destroyed, and then you had the remnant of Vortigern within the Royal Knight, and those were the two that were going to break out there at that point.
And then you had Hansi, the Sonoros.
Yes, you guys were. He was also going to be showing up as well during this. It was going to be like the full devastation was going to be coming. Basically, what turns this world into your guys' world, that is this event that's going to be happening here.
Makes sense why everything is so messed up then.
Yes. You guys were going to be able to start fixing things, though, such as the Darknet leak and everything. And once we finished part 2, which was the past segment, and you guys coming back, you guys were probably going to earn your ultimate forms in the fights with the calamities was my plan. So you guys would have been able to come back in your ultimate forms and basically curb stomp Sonoros, and protect Ray and help everyone else. And that's when you guys would start making your way towards the core. Probably would be making your way towards the core. You guys could do what you want, but that's where I would start leading you guys a bit towards. And that's when you guys would get to meet the true final boss, once you guys were there. The true... Yes. Nemo was the 4th calamity.
Yeah, Ash.
Hey, he gave up his job and he needed a new one.
So what was going to happen was, when he sends you guys back, once the calamities are dealt with in the past, he gives up his job. He's sick and tired of it. And when he does that, though, the Digiworld basically sees, oh, hey, you don't have a job anymore. Grab. And basically forces the job of destroying the entire world onto him.
Which is technically also what happened to Vortigern and Bargus, because they were supposed to be different things, and then, oh hey, grab.
Ash and Nemo, basically was going to embody the will of the digital world itself. To die. It wanted to die. And it was going to use Ash to do that. Ash was literally its embodiment now. Once it basically forced this job onto him. And he pushed it off. He held it off as much as he could to wait for you guys. But then that was when he was going to basically strike once you guys got close to the core. And he was going to make his move to basically delete everything, and you guys would have to stop him. Along with basically getting help from all the people that you guys were going to meet in the future as well. And that's also where Spectre's stuff would probably come to a fore as well. Because Spectre would also be dealing with trying to rescue his team. And Asher's Mega Form would have come up eventually when something killed him. I'm thinking that would have happened when Nemo betrays the group. Is when Asher's backstory gets to come up about him being basically the personification and the guardian of the dark area. He's the one who makes sure that souls go where they're supposed to go when they die.
And then, of course, stabbing him in the back, killing him.
Yep, that would have triggered it. Which would have led into the adventure of getting Asher back and him discovering his backstory and his past.
Ooh.
And Asher getting to learn what he was as well. Hover was going to show up again as well. All the Megas were going to show up again. And more details and information was going to come up about them. But yeah, no, I had a lot of things planned. I had a lot of stuff planned out for things that would come up in the future.
Oh. Either way, I think this ending, it was nice. It was a good way to end it.
Yeah.
Even with like the kind of like half fake ending we got. Important question: Can Riv does Riv end up being able to help Kodara?
Yes.
Huzzah! I know that was just like super important for him.
I wanted you guys to have the happy ending.
Okay, so I guess a question that I really want to ask is, what was up with Mir?
Oh, so Mir's thing was going to be as things went on, Mir was going to start learning more and more about what being a Digimon is like. As you can see, like he started to develop as we went through the campaign. It got to the point where he could start actually communicating via writing, and as it went on, he would have gotten better and better at mimicking a Digimon until eventually he would have actually fully developed his own actual form and been able to speak and such. And he would have been your friend, Riv.
Huzzah!
I make no promises if he was going to survive or not. There
Well,
was
yeah.
possibilities he could die, but I wasn't planning to just murder him.
I mean, I just wanted to ask because I knew there was going to be something up with that, but like
Oh, I have
Yes.
a question for everyone.
Also, Magna, you are a betrayer.
Lamau.
What do I expect? But my question for everyone was, what made y'all pick to build these characters or these Digimon?
Well, that's going to be a bit of a longer question. Let me go with some of Azure's other questions first.
Okay.
So... wonder where Rdyjin went. Anyways. Oh, there he is. Azure asks, Asher is the actual god of death, right? What would he have done if a party member actually died? Well, yes, Asher is a god of death. As for if a party member actually died, well, he'd go back to the gates and bring them back, kicking and screaming if he has to. Unless you've got other input on this, Kerr.
No, that's pretty much what was going to happen.
We'll come back to Azur's other question. So Magna, for yours, you were asking what made us choose to make these characters?
What was like the reasoning why you chose like for you? What was the reasoning for you to make your character the son of another character?
Didn't it happen because we memed on it and it just happened?
Yeah. That was literally what happened. We happened to be the same colorations and decided, hey, let's make this happen.
I don't think we ever formally discussed it either. I think we made jokes about it and then it just kind of stuck.
That's how
No.
best decisions are made.
I did specifically ask you.
Did you? I don't remember.
Yeah. We memed on it, and I'm like, yeah, sure, let's ask.
Who dropped off for a second?
That was Charles.
That was me.
Okay.
Sorry, I just couldn't. I think I just couldn't hear anything.
Discord being Discord, got it.
Okay. So Gary, guess it's your turn to answer the question.
If a character would have died.
Nope.
Sorry, I
the
didn't.
question I was asking.
Oh, sorry. What was it?
What made you choose like how your character was made?
Oh, we're already onto that. Well, I kind of just had him in mind before I even knew what kind of campaign we were doing. I just had sort of an archetype and a voice in my head, and I'm like, oh, that'd be fun to play. And so that was it. That was the character, and I did my best to fit him in. Admittedly, a very capitalist con man, wasn't a great fit for a post-apocalypse story, but we made it work.
Oh yeah, definitely came in handy when it came to getting the wagon and stuff.
Yeah, the episode he wasn't part of, I wasn't there for. I mean, Spectre lived it on. Kept the spirit, of course. He got the silver tongue from Charles there.
Oh. Yes, I'm next then, if we're going in order.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah. Oh wait, we didn't hear from Tochemay then.
A Burgermon is more of a rare type to be seen, but they can create the buns and all the food.
So that was your reasoning. Okay.
Yep.
He wanted to be a chef. He wanted to be the very chef.
But no bun ever was.
So I know for Magna, so it started off with me choosing to do Dracomon next because hey, it's one of my favorite Digimon out there because he looks like a dragon. And then I kind of threw in like, hey, going into knowing that I'm in the military and stuff, I might see combat rarely. But how did I want to be while in combat or stuff? And I used that to build my character. Being the traitor, however, was not planned. And I guess that's all for me.
You were totally planning to be the traitor. You can't lie to us. We know
It
the
was
truth.
not planned.
No, I believe him, 100%.
I know. I'm just joking.
You just kind of fell into some of the first time playing traps, and that's just what happens.
Next is Riv.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a bit of a multi. Okay. This is gonna be a little bit of a multi explanation because originally when I made the character, Kerr didn't tell me about his plans about any of the Calamity stuff whatsoever. And so I found out about that literally at the same time everyone else did, which was mid-session. Took me a second to process that, Kerr. But, originally I just wanted to make a character that was very, very gung-ho and just really wanted to help people, sometimes at his own detriment. But was a little bit less of a classical academic because most classical academics only really care about the knowledge aspect and didn't care about the practicality or implementation. I wanted Riv to be more interested in the actual application of knowledge and research, so that way he could go around trying to help people and help as many things as possible. And I just ended up looking through a bunch of Digimon, saw the Vorvamon line, and I'm like, oh hey, I like that. That looks neat, so I chose it. And then when it came to the Calamity aspect afterwards, Riv was already kind of an unending optimist of believing that anything is possible so long as you try hard enough and you spend long enough on it. And you just figure out the way that it can be done. Because if anything can be done, you just have to figure out the way. And so I sort of focused more on that aspect of the character in order to get him through the whole, oh hey, you're supposed to kill the world thing. And, he would have sad moments, he'd have moments where, it was weighing down on him, but overall, he's still, the kind of person that would try and figure out a way to use it to better the world instead.
Okay. And then finishing it off with Rygon.
Yes, what is the question? I wasn't here for that.
What was the background for building your character?
The background for building Spectre, as I'm sure anyone can kind of guess from the name, was I wanted a character that could grow. I wanted a character that started off with, as maybe a little bit of a detriment, as a little bit of as an anti-group, but that slowly grew into his role. That grew into working with the party. That grew as a person. That was my main focus for Spectre. Some of the things kind of worked naturally, like his dislike of Jace for reasonable reasons. It's like, hey, we're dealing with Blackened. Blackened are bad. Jace is Blackened. Why? How could he not be suspicious, right? I didn't want him to be like an asshole. I didn't want him to be like I'm gonna cut Jace or anything like that. But I did want him to be a little bit of a not necessarily a rebel, but a little bit of a rough individual. And what I really wanted from him was to have a large part of his backstory background kind of go revolving around his team, why nobody was able to really remember them. Well, obviously, we all kind of saw how that ended up going. I was able to accomplish his growth. I think if there's any maybe unfortunate thing about it is he succeeded on his initial growth, and then he didn't really have anywhere else to go, which is, I just didn't know really what else to do with him. But that was kind of the basic idea with him, as I wanted a character who could grow in a positive direction from rough beginnings.
Gotcha.
Was I supposed to answer this question?
Yeah, I think we kind of just got the how did we wind up family thing rather than answering the full question. For Asher, the original plan behind him was he was sent from the dark area to investigate what the heck was going on. Him and several others were also sent. He was Nubismon down there and had to, in order to get sent back, because, you know, the dark area can't necessarily just throw fully digivolved Digimon out, he had to be put back into the egg. And as part of that, he got corrupted by Leon/Gar in his egg, and yeah. But he is actually very ancient. The original idea was everyone that was sent back had the markings on his face are actually, it's the crest of miracles. And that is something that was put onto everyone that was sent back. The Crest of Miracles is one that didn't actually show up in the anime, but is part of the Digimon lore as a whole. And yeah. I was not planning for him to go the whole evil thing, but well, there are many times where yes. There are many times where I will sit down at the table, be like, yeah, I'm gonna play this character this way, and then the character's kind of like, nope, I am doing this. That has happened multiple times.
Just how it goes, right?
Mm-hmm. Did you have more to add to that, Era?
Well, I didn't make mine with Zim. My whole character arc is because I was given enough lore hooks or world. If you give me a good enough setting, I can run with it for miles. And I like tropes, and the trope I went with was the whole picked up in war thing and forced to fight. I like tropes. So that was basically all of Jace's stuff. It was just a trope because we're in a war-stricken world, and I was like, ooh, we get to start off at the beginning of the war. Do you know it'd really be a terrible thing to live through? Having to fight for the very people that destroyed your damn town. Because that happens. And I like that trope. Being forced to be the bad guy.
Ah.
And then redemption, was, you know, spending the rest of his life trying to find peace.
Trying to redeem himself in one way.
Have a family. I just remembered I actually do have a bunch of stuff I kind of thought for Charles, but, you know, I never... If y'all don't mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot. I think the Kaiman and Apocalypse thing, I remember thinking about it being an interesting angle because I saw a video essay by Zob on YouTube about how there's a lot of apocalypse stories where the people living in the apocalypse end up just trying to recreate society, you know? Like, who are those guys from Fallout New Vegas? The
Greasers?
The Caesar's Legion or something.
It depends on which series because they all kind of have their own thing.
That's fair. I mean, in general, you know, there's a lot of post-apocalyptic stories where people are just trying to reinvent America or democracy or capitalism, and you know, as if that isn't the most ironic thing ever. Like as if the society that brought the destruction of the world just emerges anyways, or that we lack the creativity to move on from that. And so I thought that was kind of an interesting angle for this character in general. It's just like,
oh, you're thinking of the Brotherhood of Steel. They're the leftover of the United States government in the Fallout series.
That's true. They kind of got a chapel thing going on. Yeah, just this reverence for old modes of being, and like that would, some. If we just recreate the problem, we'll get it right this time. That's kind of what I want Charles to realize, and I guess that would kind of be his arc to realize, like, no, we have to do something new. We have to collaborate and love each other. That's the only way we're gonna get through this.
My man just trying to half recreate the Enclave from Fallout.
Just as
We all
long
know
as you
how that
weren't
ended.
trying to do Joshua Graham.
Interesting little fun fact. I think this was only mentioned maybe like twice, but kind of following on what you were just talking about, Charles. Spectre actually does have a hobby, and that hobby was collecting old advertisements to collect from the old world. I think I only got to like mention it like once before they got chased out of town, but yeah, like that was actually a thing for him.
Well, if we're doing fun facts, Jace technically learned to play guitar when he was a kid because he was really bored in his hometown.
I guess a fun fact. I know I mentioned this the other day, but Riv became Earth type because ice is a mineral. Scientifically, it is classified as a mineral, and also because the Vorvamon line, canonically, their body is made out of ore.
Oh. Or what?
No, like literally, it's made out of ore.
He was making
like,
a joke,
like
a
iron
pun.
ore.
Or what?
Oh, I know, but I like taking those and anteing their joke.
Good.
How dare you? You're a comedian's worst nightmare.
The fun fact about Magna, if you don't know, I do like Monster Hunter, so some of the characters of like tabletop games that I play in sometimes have parts of monster names from Monster Hunter. So Magna, his namesake was the Magna Malo.
It's a good thing he didn't choose Malo.
Why is that?
Super Mario RPG.
Give me Mellow.
The way.
I don't know if I would have been able to not. Oh,
Gotcha.
Mallow.
Give me Frog Coin. You know what I'm saying?
So, next question from Azure Dragon. Did anyone have character stuff that wasn't gotten to? I think a lot of us did.
I'm about to say, I think like all of us had like a ton.
Yeah.
Crying is a free action.
Crying is a
Crying
free
is
action.
indeed a free action.
Oh no, Magna, you're causing rain. Woo-woo.
There was supposed to be the whole arc with Asher, being somehow winding up being reconnected with the dark area and such, that never wound up coming up. Outside of a brief mention, but it was like, it's a little too early for that. Can we push it back a bit? Because that was like first 10 episodes kind of thing.
Oh yeah, like right when we got Spectre back.
Yep.
And Brioche's survival with the fatal ladle to take out other Digimon to make food with.
Hold up, what?
The burgers are made out of people.
Yep.
The burgers were made out of people.
He was going to Monster Hunter our enemies.
Fair enough. Did not see that one coming.
There's a reason why it's the fatal ladle.
Yeah.
I know that Riv would have gotten memories of one of his lives back if Charles ever showed him that book I originally used an influence on, because in some of the stuff that I did for as a part of making Riv as a character is I detailed out 143 of his past lives. And Life 116 was interested in counterfeiting, and that's the one who wrote the book that on counterfeiting that I used influence to give Charles before I joined the game as like a reference thing. Never came up, but that is a fun fact. Also, yes, I did detail out 143 of Rib's previous lives and gave it to Kerr,
including the Gongoozling.
Including the Gongoozling.
I can't say anything. I sent him a 9-page backstory when we first started.
I have like 25 pages worth of lives.
I stopped myself at 9.
I gave Kerr nothing at all. He just.
I feel bad because I didn't give Kerr anything.
Well, you guys are both of you are still fairly new, so
yeah.
The nonsense that me and Taldarius and Zim do are because we're extremely experienced players, and if you give us an inch, we throw a mile out.
Yeah, don't worry. Zim, the reason you don't got anything on Nova's backstory yet is just because I'm still writing.
Oh boy.
I managed to keep it short for you, Zim, trust me. I fought myself.
Yeah, and I was throwing things at Kerr in the background.
Yeah, for me, I kept it sweet and simple. I wanted to see it grow organically instead of me dictating everything.
I think the only thing that I wanted to see out of Jace to answer that question is I kind of wanted to see him come to a reckoning point where either he fought somebody and made things in his mind right, or just had to accept the fact that he fucked up. Sometimes you just fuck up.
That is true.
I think one direction I was going to be kind of taking Spectre a little bit, just to answer the question, was I think he was going to become a little bit colder. He was starting to go into a bit more of a leadership role with the group and with just things in general. And I kind of wanted to tease a little bit back over on that. Hey, you're that important potential lord-like character. So that's kind of a direction I was somewhat pushing Spectre into. That's one of the. And we briefly got to see it a little bit when he sucker punched Magna. Just as that, like, he could have handled that situation differently, but he chose something.
He chose violence.
Yeah, exactly. He chose violence when he didn't have to.
And Brioche kind of pushing Spectre.
Yeah, I think that was kind of we were starting to see Spectre potentially go down a much more negative path, but I wasn't sure if that was something I wanted to commit to.
Kind of wanted to leave things open for Charles, like Spectre said, kind of grow organically. I thought more so, his journey should be based on what happened to him, rather than necessarily what happened to him in the past. And so I didn't really plan a lot of things. I mean, I figured if money ever came up, he would kind of, turn a little mega maniacal, just a bit.
I mean, you had a treasure chest full of gold.
Yeah, there was that. So he was in love with that for a while. There was a backstory that I kind of teetered on, because when Kerr asked us to make like a character that our character knows very well, that I made a character, and I don't think I ever told anyone. I think it was just all in my head. It was just a best friend of Charles. He wasn't a very social kid. At least didn't have a lot of friends. So he just had this one friend who was a mute girl. But eventually, as they kind of grew older and were sort of isolated together, the girl kind of got more depressed and eventually just gave herself to the ex because she was tired of living. And so that kind of scarred Charles a bit. But yeah, that never manifested in any shape or form, really. Felt a little too heavy, to be honest. I was like, I don't know if I can do that. Although I think I threw in a little Charles has depression arc in there.
Everybody has depression,
I mean, Rib didn't.
except Riv. And maybe Asher. And definitely not Brioche. Somehow.
Well, I mean, considering he was the one perpetuating the atrocities, I mean.
Well, there was this whole missing species thing.
Yeah, I think he's the cause of it. If he was turning people into food.
Ooh, who's our little psychopath?
I wonder, are there any other questions?
I mean, I played Rib. I have so many questions.
Are there
Ask
other
away.
questions from this?
Yeah.
So Kerr, you said near when I joined the game before the timeline thing at all, that Riv was blamed for the wars starting. What was up with that?
That was going to be because of Vortigern. Because of issues that happened at the end of the time period that you guys were going to see. They knew what you were because they saw you guys rampage.
Makes sense. It's just more that it never came up ever again, so
We never got to go to the future again, so I never got to
Yeah.
bring it up more.
yeah. Oh yeah, also I am guessing that that one of Riv's past lives, specifically Ampelius, is in fact kind of responsible for Gar getting control over X. I think it was Gar who did that.
It was Gar.
Yeah. Considering that life, his interest was the X outbreak when that happened originally, and cause of death was catastrophic cascade during X research.
Yep.
So I guess you could also blame Riv for Gar getting to control all the X.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Hey, Kerr.
Everyone has depression except Riv, who has books.
Who has
What's up?
books? Yes.
All right, Kerr.
What's up?
I just want to know, what would you think? What were you thinking? Like, what was your your thought process when you just let Domino fall into Charles's arms there?
I thought you two were adorable, so I kind of shifted a little bit.
Didn't have any like ideas of where that would go. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, Domino just kind of goes where he wishes and does what he wishes. And that's what he wished, so we did it. And you seem to really enjoy it.
That was the light of his life. And I guess personally, as a player, I don't know if you noticed, I kind of like Domino.
Damn, I don't think any of us noticed.
No,
Damn.
it wasn't obvious at all. Not one bit, Charles. It had nothing to do with, the giggling or anything like that anytime Domino was mentioned.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh,
See, there
honey,
it
I
is.
can feel your blush from here.
Kerr, how would Riv's when it comes to like the actual true timeline thing, how would Riv's little sneaky plan go?
For which one?
The one about bypassing the whole the person who reformats the world gets deleted from everything, including memories of them existing.
So you guys might have got. There was a couple of ways you could get around that.
Yeah.
One, preventing the world from getting that damage in the first place, where you would have to do it. If you moved fast enough and did well enough with the team that you were able to put together with the people you helped. Also, you could have gone around it with Spectre. Otherwise, you could have tried to do your plan, and that possibly could have worked.
All right. I mean, he probably was going to try it anyway if it came to it.
And somehow work
Mhm.
around the X.
Yes.
I guess another one. Why didn't that one Vortigern in the swamp not die in order to reincarnate and
He was the original. If he dies, he doesn't reincarnate.
Oh, okay. Because from what I understood, the world was just remaking him even if he got atomized.
That was the part that was within a Digimon. And that's because it always had a connection with the original. As long as the original existed, it could always just bring it back again. No, if the original dies, it goes back to the core and then comes back as a new calamity, a brand new one.
Ah, okay. In that case, why didn't like Demi and all them just like, recreate the meme from JoJo?
Oh?
Yeah, where Sips wine joins in the kicking.
Because Vortigern was still very terrifying and they didn't want to take the risk of antagonizing him enough where he would break free.
That is true, considering, yeah, if we weren't able to do, like, the ass pull, hey, have this free data packet that you can't reject that's filled with instant death virus, he instantly goes out of control pretty much, so yeah.
Yes, Azure Dragon, that was him. Yeah, no, basically the reason why they let Vortigern alone rather than trying to kill him is as long as he was still alive, the digital world could not make another calamity to take his place. He was basically considered to be the second calamity. He could not be replaced by it. So as long as he was pinned there, he was not helpless, but he was weak enough that he could be contained. Other than, the part of him that was out, which was still going to be a weaker version of him. Far less than what you would deal with at his prime, so to speak.
Yeah. Although, the thing did give me some very interesting ideas for, like, abilities that he purposely never used.
Mm-hmm.
One of which is because one of his abilities was to make copies of things out of ice that he has, a full analysis of, like, in his catalog. All of his previous lives, at least for the one that was inside of a Digimon, when he woke up, would automatically integrate that life into his databanks, and that would stay. So technically speaking, all of his previous lives were available fodder for creating copies of.
Yes.
Which meant the longer that it went on, the more lives he would have to draw on, and get more and more progressively out of control.
That's why he was usually killed immediately.
Yeah.
Fun.
So, Kurt, I do gotta at least ask, why did you pick Riv and me as a player for the whole Calamity thing?
I thought you would fit best for it.
Alright, were you looking for one to use, or was it just more like because I was joining, you had the opportunity?
You were joining, and I was planning to probably make it an NPC, but when you were basically going to be joining right when I was going to do it, it's like, oh, hey, here's an idea I could work with if you were interested in it.
Well, you didn't tell me ahead of time, you just dropped it in the middle of a session.
Yeah, I figured you would go along with it, though, based on talking with you.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't occur. That doesn't mean the whole, if you're interested with it.
Communication and consent
Yeah,
is
we probably
important.
should have talked
I probably
about
would
this.
have gone along with it, but yeah, like...
Hey, look, we're making you a major villain. Good luck.
I would have ran with that though. To be fair.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I would have ran with it anyway. Like, if you just would have told me ahead of time, it was just kind of funny though. Because, like, I look over at the message you give me in the middle of the thing, and I'm like, oh, the world is made out of corpses, and apparently I'm a great calamity that's supposed to destroy the world. Neat
So-
information.
So also, I had one of those moments where I thought I had asked you, and then I
Okay.
realized I didn't ask you. Because I thought I asked you and you said yes, and you liked it. And then when we did the session, I realized, oh wait, no, I didn't actually do that. My brain decided to implant fake memories in my head.
You saw it in a dream.
I hate those so much. Because it's like, sometimes I can never know. It's like, wait, did I dream this or did this actually happen?
I know my ADHD
Those
gets
are
the
the
better of
worst.
me sometimes, and it's like, oh, right. Did I actually respond to that person, or did I just imagine I did?
I totally did that. Wait, why isn't it done?
Uh-huh.
Azur, you definitely can, because literally it happened basically, like, you know, when he got the memory package from Nemo. That's what I read it, because he gave me the information from the memory package, because I asked him what it was, and it was that the world was made out of corpses, and that he was very potentially, possibly, yeah, a great calamity.
I know y'all got questions for me.
Yeah, like, why do you keep betraying everyone?
What does Magna taste like?
That's a good question. I've always wondered what he tastes like.
I've never thought that far, to be fair.
Someone's got to bite the bullet and try it out.
And then also to answer the betraying question, I don't always intend to betray when it happens. Well, I don't intend to betray when it happens. As y'all were saying earlier, it was like, hey, I was falling for traps as a new player and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I was mostly just continuing the joke, because it's the last session, so, you know.
Yeah. I mean, after a while, the card's gonna get cycled out.
I don't know, I like the card.
It is?
Also, Azur...
I thought you were
Azur...
talking about it.
I don't know if he tasted grape flavored. I feel like that's too on point. Because
Well, yeah,
grape
but it
flavoring
is a
betrays.
good point.
Maybe more like grape flavor, like you'd get from like a cough syrup or a candy.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the idea of the word grape flavor. Whenever somebody mentions and I think of that fake grape flavoring they added to all the medicines when I was a kid, that was just awful.
I loved it. I drink NyQuil every day, all day.
I hate the cherry NyQuil stuff.
See, I didn't mind the bubblegum flavoring, the cherry flavoring, but the grape, I hated. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, stinky. Uh-oh.
Magna tastes
Oh.
like
Some
Oh,
more?
no.
s'mores. Ooh,
Yeah,
come here,
'cause
Magna.
Gar wanted
Sorry.
some more of that. You know what I'm
We're changing this
saying?
ending. S'mores are tasty.
You need the
and,
graham cracker on the horns.
I'm gone. Nope, you're not getting me.
He is
I can,
both chocolate and marshmallow.
I can get my hands on a giant graham cracker. That's fine. Magna's only 2 feet tall. That's not too difficult to manage.
You're not getting me. Nope, I'm gone.
Yes, you are. Nom 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 nom.
Also, Kerr, because this is more like out of curiosity, because I know, like, I asked you like a little bit about this, but not too much, because it didn't matter that much. Like, how powerful would Vortigern be if he wasn't, like, you know, sandbagging and half trying to be a pacifist?
Probably about twice as powerful as what you guys fought.
Oh, great. That would have been fucking awful.
Yeah, it would have been terrifyingly effective.
Ooh.
Like, I know he was kind of made to do that, but Curry, you do know that, I mean, that means he, like, solos universes at times, right?
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Again, they're made to destroy entire worlds.
God damn. Okay. Shit. By the way, I know this got. I asked you this at one point, and like you kind of like half confirmed it, but I might as well bring it up now. Like they were originally supposed to be other beings that then got grabbed and like changed, right?
For which ones?
The like Vortigern and Bargast and all that, and
Uh,
Sergenos and
the original versions, no, they were always going to be calamities. Usually, the calamities just take a different form. But they would have been alterations of something that might have existed beforehand.
yeah, okay. Because the reasoning why that like I kind of half wanted because Vortigern had that compulsion to basically also act like a god of knowledge and always answer questions if he knew the answer, things of that nature. And it
Yes.
was the same level of compulsion as destroying the world, which is kind of incongruous with each other.
So he could he very well could have been beforehand, but basically got reformatted, and when he was born was basically as that.
Yeah, that's more what I
Basically,
was asking, yeah.
yes.
So, like, you know, Vortigern and Bargast were originally supposed to be different things and then got changed. And when I say supposed to be, I mean, like, you know, if it wasn't for the world, like, taking a direct developmental change, would have come out
Mhm.
as, like, you know, like, Vortigern was obviously kind of supposed to be, like, some sort of deity knowledge chronicler. Because otherwise, like, most of his shit makes no sense as to why you would make this be a destroyer, which also compulsively has to answer questions if it's knowledge-based and he knows it.
Ooh, I have a good question for everyone. What number campaign is this for y'all? Either playing or being the storyteller.
I lost track.
I'm gonna need like a 3-digit number, and I don't know what it is.
Okay, I want to put it this way. Magna, Bryan or Magna, I have been playing and or GMing for 20 years.
Holy shit.
And the longest break I've had between games was only 3 months. Otherwise, I've played weekly for 20 years.
I've
I've
seen myself of constantly playing.
I have like 5 games going. That's not uncommon for me.
Yeah, currently I have 8 games going.
I've been going for about 15, 16 years now, Magna. Either as a storyteller or as a player.
My first campaign was the summer after my parents got divorced. So I want to say that was about 2001. I've been doing this a long time. I have definitely had interruptions along the way, but I've done tabletop, mostly D&D, but there was also a short-lived Modern and a couple others in there. God, I did not like Modern.
Yeah.
But,
Nope, go ahead.
But yeah, I've been doing tabletop consistently for 23 years. Oh, God.
I do want to posit that I played D&D like games beforehand, but they were online and they were D20 based, so I don't count them. But if we counted those, that's an additional 4 years.
Oh, dang.
And I've been more active in other games, but everything all the way back to superhero RPG, pen and paper.
I remember that game. I don't remember playing it. We tried. That group fell apart.
There's been a lot of different systems that I've tried over the years, though most of them, at least for official systems, because like there were things that people would throw together and oh, thank you for that number, Rdyjin. I could not remember. Apparently there's 29 different campaigns on my YouTube alone.
Oh God.
I believe there's currently 2 on my YouTube, as well as at least 2 or 3 short shots that was run by either me or Key.
How about you, Rygon?
This was my third game.
Total?
Yeah, I ran like a what do you call, like a 3-4 session game, then the Pokemon game, and then this one. So this is like my third game.
Are you including the one-shot games that you've been doing on your channel as well?
Well, those came after you asked for this one.
I was just asking how many have you done?
In total, I mean, the one shots, I don't know if I realistically count them since they're just one shots. If you really want to count them, I guess 5 games altogether.
Okay, so we're on roughly even level, because this is like my 5th one, I think.
Uh-oh.
What about you, Charles?
That's a good question.
So
This is like
Rdyjin,
your second or third, isn't it?
sorry. Rdyjin, I would not count short shots in that. And the Zim's Playground was pulled from existing stuff, so I wouldn't count those as well. So I guess that would be 27 then on the channel. Long-term ones.
Hey, Zim. How many games have I been a part of since I joined your server there?
3.
Alright, there's your answer. 3. Maybe 5 or 6 if you count some stuff I did with a friend in high school, where we'd use like the Fate Core system or Uranium Chef. We tried that out a bit, but that usually had like 3 or 2 people involved at most.
As long as they're long term, they used a base system, I'd count them.
They were not long term.
I'd say if they lasted about 6 months, that would be considered more long term ish.
We are at 3 then.
What?
Oh, thank you, Rdyjin. I don't know if anyone. Thank you, Rdyjin. I do like Thomas Pendleton. I'll have to reuse him at some point, but you know.
What campaign was it that was the other one that you participated in that I wasn't with you?
That was Starfinder.
Retrograde Renegade Starfinder.
There you go, that's the one.
Popped in like 2 or 3 sessions before the end. I still feel bad about that.
Subscriber, come steal yourself.
You know.
We are building an army.
Oh, look at that.
Just subscribed.
Tal, thank you so much for that resub and your 23 months of support.
I like how it gave the notification twice.
Determination.
Yeah.
It's because you use the Prime sub, and I think it pops that.
Yeah, I think it probably does.
But yeah, this is my 3rd ever game, really official, if you want to divide it that way, right? And also, this would be my first that I've not onboarded, because Exalted and Retrograde Renegade I joined on afterward, and pretty much at the tail end for both.
So if you split the party into 2 groups, you got us old fuckers, and then you got you newbies that have been here for like 3 games.
Pretty funny.
And it's a me, Zim, Tochemay, and Kerr and Teldarius are just the old players that have been here forever.
Yep.
Yep.
That doesn't surprise me. Welcome to the Addiction Club, you two. This is a lifetime addiction. It doesn't go away. Same to you, to their... I keep on trying to say Spectre instead of your actual name.
Rygon?
Rygon. So, yeah, welcome to a lifelong addiction where somebody will bring it up and you'll end up at somebody's house at 3 a.m. on a Friday night. And you won't question your life because you'll be too tired to go home.
No, don't worry. I'm pretty epic now. A couple weeks ago, I threw a pool party at my house impromptu.
Welcome to having some level of social ability in your back pocket.
Yeah.
And by social ability, I mean it is literally you pretend to be somebody else for several hours a night.
Huzzah! Just what I
Also,
always wanted.
Aaron, I got a funny thing. I met a friend like 8 years ago on like tabletops. So my character's name in that game was Audie, and he still calls me that to this day.
No, that's not uncommon.
Yeah, I know.
There are definitely people that call me by old names that I've had to push into using, era instead of character names from D&D games or servers from yesteryear.
Nah, like I have people that go around like and call me like whatever character they just remember me as, and so like I'll have like the people in the same server calling me literally 5 different names, and I'll just vibe with it.
I've managed to mainly get to one name.
So,
I still occasionally get it.
Riley, I will say that we've got 2 new campaigns coming in the near future. Both of them are set on players. However, in a month or so, we're going to be starting to gather players for another campaign. And then possibly, I know Kerr and I were talking for a moment, or a little bit about him getting another game on the channel here, but yeah, just make sure you pay attention to the Discord, because we put out applications for people to be able to join. We do auditions, and sometimes we've got to replace characters in existing campaigns. We put out calls for that, so, make sure that you keep an eye on the Discord.
Yeah, it's the best way to find out.
Yeah, the Discord is also where we post updates to the SCAR system when we make them.
Yes.
Which is very important because even us devs need to reread the book sometimes.
Yes.
I just did that.
I will be doing that.
And
Jack,
we are
thank you
updating
very
the
mu-
books.
Thank you very much for that follow. Welcome. Yeah, the system is in active development. We did a whole lot of work last night. Speaking of Tal era, I still need you guys to read the updated death rules.
I did. I got footnotes, but we'll discuss it later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out in the channel and stuff, just because right now I'm happy this is ending because stuff's stacking up on my side, but who knows, maybe next year I might be able to jump in again.
See, what's going to happen is you're going to get really, really busy, and then you're going to hear somebody mention a D&D game, and next thing you know, you just left work and you're rushing to a D&D game with a burger in your mouth, and man, you're so tired, but you got to play tonight.
Me literally like every single night except for Thursday. I have a game on every single day except Thursday.
I finally got myself to cut back, but I'd play almost every night. I can't do that anymore. I'm not currently playing Wednesday, but there will be a future Wednesday game coming up. I just haven't told them I'm ready to play because I'm tired. And I've been doing disc golf, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I got 2 games every other Friday, 2 games every other Saturday and Sunday currently. And I'm probably going to be rejoining Wednesday.
Yep.
And I might launch another Friday game.
Vergen's coming back?
Well.
Not that I was planning on.
Or the fun thing that happened to me. Hey, you want to join in our game? It's going to be Besm. Oh, you don't need to know much about the game setting. It's just anime.
Oh,
the
yeah.
game lasted an hour before the DM said, oh, I don't know how this works.
Lamau.
Been there.
Yeah. No, I think the shortest campaign I've ever been a part of, literally was like, we started out like, we did all this planning, we had all our characters ready. I wrote like a 10-page backstory because I promised to keep it short that time, and we get into the game, and we get 5 minutes into session, and then the DM's like, "Hey guys, I need to go to the hospital," and the game never started back up again.
The shortest game I ever played in was I had a couple of people in my original OG D&D group back in college that were just obsessed with Drow. Completely and utterly. So they finally convinced the GM and us all to play in a Drow campaign. And somewhere along the way, they decided that we were all school students. We weren't informed of this until we showed up in the session. So we had all these characters and everything built and all our background stories. And then suddenly we're in class and half of us were like, no. No. Because it was going to get very weird with that group very quickly, and half of us dipped.
Understandable.
They wanted to Harry Potter us.
Oh no.
Withdraw, and we were like, no. If you bite me while you're my lap cat, you're going. Get out of here. Sorry, I forgot to mute.
Yeah, but it was funny, so forgiven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking over to joining another campaign. Admittedly, I think one will do me fine just now, but I guess that might change in the future.
I am in 8 games right now. I'm thinking about potentially joining more at some point.
I can't.
It'd be amazing. You'll find any time to sleep.
I sleep 5 hours a night. Sometimes
And
6.
how many of those are you rolling dice while you sleep game?
Oh, only once or twice a week. The rest of the nights, I just like pass out and then wake up the next morning for work. Let's see. I have a game on Monday, sometimes a game on Tuesday. That one's like really up in the air, week by week. I have Wednesday lick. I have nothing on Thursday. That's my rest day. I have 2 games tonight. I have 2 games tomorrow, and I have a game on Sunday.
So you're free on Thursday, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Oh boy, here we go.
No. Scardev.
Well, yes, but we normally don't start Scardev until like 8 p.m. my time, which means I still have 2 hours free generally.
But 2 hours isn't really good for a game. You need to have at least 3.
No, but he's not asking for a tabletop. He's asking for Refuge.
Oh, I was making a joke about tabletop, but yeah, we could definitely slot in 2 hours for Thursdays for Refuge. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
It'll be my very first game ever.
To be fair, I am trying to get started earlier with Scardev.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just saying, like, historically, we start at like 8 p.m. my time.
I'm trying to get it to 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. your time. 6 p.m. Central.
Only 1 hour development.
Oh no. No, Zim, I'm being recruited as we speak.
But Matt,
Come to me. So you still need to review all the new stuff that got put in.
I know, right?
That's for another time.
I'm being recruited. My weakness, no.
There's so much for me to show you.
No, I was saying, like, I was getting DMs like of people literally go like, "Hey, you wanna if you're free on Thursdays?"
Oh, I see.
I'm being recruited as we speak.
run,
It's
tell
like
Darius, run.
It's like a vampire.
Yeah, I do. We'll probably be booting that stuff up. But yeah, any other questions? If not, feel free to continue submitting questions to the tabletop spoiler section, and I'm sure all of us as players will check it within the next couple days or so, and we'll try to answer questions as we can.
We are forbidden from lying.
Real.
Are we now? Are we?
I know I am.
That
Roll
sounds like a
deception.
you problem.
I will say, yeah, if you guys have questions later on, you can post them in there and tag the relevant people for them. And yeah, we'll answer.
Yep, we will answer as time permits. Just please remember that it may take some of us longer than others to answer questions.
Yeah, especially since some of us do have interesting jobs.
I mean, like, look, the recruitment. It's so
Oh,
tempting.
there he is.
I have I can, but
Day off.
I
Who
don't.
the heck is
I
trying
don't
to
sleep on
recruit you?
Thursday anyway. I don't sleep. I don't get a lot of sleep on Thursdays anyway. I could.
Tell Darius sit.
No, but
Tell Darius sit.
But people are trying to recruit me.
I don't care what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
Well,
if
you
we're
gotta-
not going to have any more... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You gotta keep it open because we were talking. Kerr and I were talking about maybe doing a game on Thursdays, anyways.
But how are you gonna fit that considering Zerda's gonna be running a game on Thursdays?
Well, it would be before that. That's a late game.
Well, I mean, if I'm playing one game on Thursday,
Me trying to save you, Tal. I'm trying to save you.
Barry, you know.
Hey, look, we got the fun Marten video.
Look, I can control myself to a certain degree. I'm trying to keep you from.
But you know the problem.
I know very well the problem.
If I'm gonna be joining one game on Thursday, I should. I don't know. You know.
Look,
Tell
all I
Darius
picked up from this conversation is that Jace is open on Thursdays.
What?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
You said you can control yourself. That means you got free slots, right? You got openings.
Well, but Thursday's dev, and then I got a game after dev on Thursdays. So
you can do it before dev, then, huh?
No, I work before dev. I
say,
unfortunately have my
I
40-hour
work
week
before that.
job.
But if I,
Look,
if
you guys.
if I join that Thursday game and I accept one of these Thursday recruitment, like I could be in 10 games a week.
Could be.
Technically, my Monday and Tuesday are open, but I can't. I need sleep. I like sleeping, and I don't want to be that addicted again.
Now
Monday and Tuesday
Zerda's trying
got
to recruit me too.
Zerda, you literally cannot recruit Tal. The whole reason that you're messaging him for help on this stuff is because he's not going to be in the game.
The funny thing is like, hey guys, I'm still open and stuff, but I'm gonna be busy with work right now.
Yeah.
And nothing. Lovely.
Anyway, before we go too much further down this rabbit hole, does anyone else have any other questions? If not, I'll probably move on to my next thing for the evening.
I'll probably dip as well if we don't have any more questions. I'm getting really tired.
All right, I'll probably end up asking you a bunch of more questions later anyway, Kerr.
We'll give it another minute or so, but yeah. Last call for questions before we officially wrap up Data Resistant Squad Scar.
No.
Closing time.
Hey, Kerr.
And I
Do I
guess
need to play
I'll
that?
ask all of you a question.
Oh,
Listening.
What in your heads, for your characters, do you feel like this happy ending is their happy ending? Do you feel like this is what they wanted?
You're the asker, so you get to name who answers first there.
I'm just kind of leaving it open, but since you spoke first, you get to go first.
All Jace ever wanted was a quiet, boring life again after losing it.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, yes.
Okay. What about you, Zim? Because I know your character had a ton of responsibilities, so...
Asher is really happy with where things are right now. Like, even if those responsibilities were brought up later, he'd probably treat it more like, okay, I can go back for this time period. I'll show up for shift here and there. But yeah.
Okay. Brioche, I'm sure your character is pretty happy with things, especially
Hey, look,
since
it's about time to retire after everything we went through.
Yeah. Well, plus, you know, considering you were planning on making meat out of monsters, I'm sure you've got something to do with now all your deceased family members that come and go. But that said, do you feel like your character would be happy where they're at?
Better than where they were.
Fair. Charles, what about you?
He's definitely excited in the moment. But as per his arc, I think he's gonna have to eventually deconstruct his sort of, need to feel important by proxy or by providing a service or being a millionaire, that kind of thing. But I think given the squad is around him and given he's in a calm place where he can unpack those feelings, and he has Domino there, of course. I think he'll be fully healed in no time.
Gotcha. Magna?
What kind of service do millionaires provide aside from just taking everybody's money and stuff?
Trickle down economics. Some Digimon called like Nixion said something about that. I don't know.
Emphasis on super trickle.
The super trickle.
Super trickle.
The best thing is that they stated that your debt continues with you into the next life. I like that part. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Magna, what about you?
So for Magna, his ideal would be being able to hang out with his family again. Both his team and then Carlos, his knit family that he made over in Hope's Bastion, introducing them together. Because he's just seen so much, he just wants to just stay with his family and probably just take like 10 years off and just probably sit off looking over the ocean or something.
And hopefully never see Horu again, I would assume.
Never see Horu and Demi again, yeah.
And finally, Riv, what about you? Feel like your character pretty happy where they're at?
I mean, I'd say yeah, because Riv got to solve a lot of problems. Canonically, he gets to help his brother, no longer be... Kotaro was not having a good time, so if he gets to help his brother, he's happy about that. He, gets to run a massive library. Things are just overall better, which means that he got to help the world, which was kind of his goal all along. Like, it sounds like the X aren't even that much of a problem, all of that. So yeah, he'd be pretty happy where he ended up with the ending for DRS. Although also, I might do a bit of a meme about like an alternate timeline where he does try his little like darknet escape method to save Asher and Ash and gets lost and shows up in places. Because like I have the character, even if or just like have the character show up elsewhere, But he in terms of actual DRS canon, he'd be happy with the ending he got.
Okay. Yeah, and who's to say one of his past lives didn't end up getting up to all sorts of shenanigans? And I think just to wrap it all up, and I'll end with you, Kerr. Spectre, I think, is happy. He got to have two families. His old team and his new one. And honestly, what more could he really wish for? He'll probably be the sort that will always be getting into a little bit of trouble here and there in terms of like trying to solve a problem as it pops up, but never anything to the scale that, you know, all of our characters endured. All right, and Kerr, how do you feel everything got wrapped up?
I thought it was fine. I wanted to give you guys a happy ending to end everything off on.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
Thank you, Kerr.
All right, and there you go, everyone. That was Data Resistance Squad. Tim, would you give us our final farewell?
Absolutely. As is always the case, everyone, I appreciate all of you so very much. I appreciate y'all so very much for joining us on these adventures. We've got so many tabletop games that come and go, but they're always they are always something that are very important and live on with us. Whether they've ended or not, it's still, they're very important. And I appreciate y'all so much for joining us on these journeys. But thank you so much again for joining us today for Data Resistance Squad Scar. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Make sure you join our Discord. It's where you can find updates on all of our ongoing adventures and future adventures and so on and so forth. I actually used the wrong screen here because I'm not wrapping up for the night, but oh well. We'll use this anyways. But yeah, thank you so very much. And thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. You guys are very much the entire reason I'm able to do these streams in the first place. Thank you so much for the support. And yes, especially for you, Tochemay, the channel sponsor. But yeah, thank you again so much for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
We're at the fatal ladle.
Bye, everyone.
Stay safe.
Goodbye. Goodbye. And thanks for watching.
Goodbye, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, adieu. Adieu. To you and you and you.
See you all for the next story.